Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 2 of painting the Honda CT70. It's next day and I'm going to start sanding on this main part of the frame here. Now it has a lot of these little plugs. They're like a silicone cone, and you stick these in all the holes that have threads in them so that you don't get paint in those holes. I'm going to pull a bunch of these out of here because they get in the way of when you're trying to sand something, and I don't want to break them off or lose them. I got a bunch of them out of there. Now these already have paint on them, so I got to peel all the paint off of these. Because if I don't peel it off now, you know that it's going to decide to fleck off of there right when I am painting. I don't need black paint inside the red or inside the clear. Just know that Murphy would make sure a big chunk of this flew off at the wrong time, so I gotta clean all these little plugs off. I asked the owner about the inside of this, if that has to be painted red or not. And he said, yeah, when you open the seat up, you can see inside this compartment, so it has to be painted red. So I went and sanded that. This is no fun. I got it sanded. I'm going to have to shoot epoxy primer in here and everywhere. And then probably have to resand that again before I paint it. But I have all this sanded. Took over half an hour. And I can see I got to get some more in here. The next step is going to be, after I finish sanding, clean it. I'm going to clean it first with the Sprayway glass cleaner. Probably clean it a couple times with that. And then it'll be a final clean, like for before paint. I'll use the wax and grease remover. Maybe 2 different kinds. I mean, this thing here, like I said, it took over half an hour. But that headlight bucket, that was an hour. So that little part took twice as long as this bigger part. What can I say? I'm going to get busy. First, I'm going to go get something to eat and give my hands a rest. But I will finish sanding this area in here and then maybe do one round of cleaning before I go get something. I have this cleaned up. Oh, I sanded that part off camera. I didn't hit record. Fire me. Right now I got 10.5 hours so far into this project. And I really plan to get the epoxy sprayed on everything today. That means I'm going to have to clean up the garage, put plastic over the car, and then spray on a couple coats of epoxy primer. But right now, lunchtime. Lunch is over. It's time to get these parts cleaned up here. I think I decided change my mind on my painting tactic. I was going to cover up the car with plastic. I think what I'm going to do instead is to get the car out of here. And I'll be able to hang all these parts from hooks. I have a bar that goes across the garage. I can hang them from there. And above my head there's another bar. I can hang stuff from that. I think that'll be a better solution to my predicament here. Give myself more room to wander around as I paint, and it'll keep the paint off the car. It took probably close to an hour, but I got all the parts hung up. Gun is ready. Just got to get a filter, put it in there, get some safety gear on, and spray a light. I have the paint mixed up. Everything's ready. I'm going to start the spray. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see. When it gets too foggy in here, I'm going to have to turn my phone off. Use my phone for the camera. All the parts are sanded. Now it needs to clean down. Get the car out of here, hang them, and spray silver on them. paint. I got it in the container, stirred up here using shop line direct gloss acrylic urethane with reducer and some hardener. Got my bag in the gun. Take a filter. Okay. I'm able to turn this thing upside down and spray it because the paint's in the bag. It's a good system. Allows you to paint upside down. All right. Let me put my head stuff on. Get painting. Here we go. I'm spraying silver on everything, even though some of it's going to be painted red. That's because the epoxy primer has a time window. You have to put regular paint over the epoxy primer within a certain period, and if you don't, then you have to sand it all down, put more epoxy primer on, and then you're back into the time window. So I'm just going to paint everything silver and eliminate that problem. It's the next day, and I have the silver applied to the parts. I'm going to be spraying on the red soon. I have the red paint, and I'm going to get busy. I used 800 sandpaper to sand down any dust nibs that were on this silver. Now I'm going to clean everything off good. I'm using spray away glass cleaner, and I'll be spraying it red. I can't believe how long this has taken to do this. I'm at 18 hours right now trying to paint these parts. I plan to get this painted red and spray on a couple coats of clear. Before I get to the red, I have to paint the kickstand and foot peg assembly black. I have some black urethane car paint. I'm going to mix that up with the reducer and hardener. Put it in this little glass jar and use my airbrush. This airbrush would be perfect for it. In fact, let me take you outside and show you. I have the part hanging here outside, and I'll be able to take the airbrush and easily paint that. It's a beautiful day out, so I'll paint it outside where I don't have to wear respirator and paint suit and everything. Okay, that's good for the first coat. Give that a few minutes, then hit it again. Coat number 2. Perfect. I'm out of paint. We got 2 good coats on there. I'm going to let that dry and start on the red. Houston, I think we have a problem. That doesn't have any metallic in it. And Honda Ruby Red's got a bunch of metallic. That's not Candy Ruby Red. Code R4C. There's no metallic in this. And it says here on the label that this is a ready for use quart. That means it's already got the reducer and stuff in it. $173. So I gotta contact them and see if I can get the correct paint, because this does not look like it. I don't think I'm gonna waste any more time applying it, and I'm especially not gonna waste clear on it. Very disappointing. The red is a disappointment, but the black came out very nice. The silver came out nice. I contacted the company, or tried to contact the company. I called the company, the spray source that I got this from, and I got an answering machine. So I left a message, and then I went on their chat forum and chatted, put in my order number and my concern that there's no metallic in this. And the reply is just that somebody will get back to me. But it's after 5 o'clock now. So I know their hours are only until 5 o'clock. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see what happens. That's gonna bring me to the end of this episode of Dan's Messy Garage, painting a Honda CT70. Please stay tuned to my channel for future projects and updates. Bye.